Hi, my name's Katiraee, and I'm a system strategist. And in today's video, we're going to talk about custom map fields. So custom map fields are smart fields that you set up yourself in Dubsado for information that you're referencing quite often or is important for you to just have handy on file. So let's talk about how to create these. So in your settings, you're going to go to custom map fields, and you're going to see there's two kinds, client and project. Client map fields are the ones that are going to follow the client across all their projects in Dubsado with you. So if you're booking, let's say, photography sessions with a family once a year, these are fields that are important for you to reference, but you also want to have follow the client, like their birthdays, for instance. A little note here, when you create a map field, you're going to see there's two kinds, short answer or date. If you're asking for birthdays, just keep in mind that for instance, I was born in the 80s. If I was going to click all the way back to 1980 with Dubsado's date field, it's kind of a pain. As a client, the experience isn't great. It's cumbersome. So I would add birthdays as text. And basically, you can prompt them like MMDDYYYY so that they know what format to enter it in as text. For instance, here, this field is refer. So who referred them? This is a question that you generally ask on your lead capture form, and that would follow the client across their different projects just so that you can remember that. So project map fields are ones that are going to be different with every project that you have in Dubsado. So for photographers, for instance, the full gallery link. I'm going to create one now. So let's call it project folder. Short answer. And because this is going to be a URL, okay? For instance, if you use Google Drive like I do for your client portal, so you have people upload things into it, this is how you would do this. You type in the name. If you have different folders, you would create one for each folder if you wanted to, and then map it as a short answer and click save. The important thing with URLs is when you put the URL, it has to be the full URL, so HTTPS and everything else, or else Dubsado will not recognize it as a link. If you just start with www, Dubsado will not see that as a link, okay? So this is how you create the map fields. How do you use them? So there's different ways to use them. If you are asking for the information, for instance, that refer, I would come to the lead capture, scroll down here. I punched this in as a short answer, right? Because that's how I created that field. It's a short answer. And if you see, let me X this out. So it's a client field. Down here, refer. Okay, so now it's mapped. That field is connected to this answer. So anytime someone fills this in, it would show up in their project under a client map field. And the same goes for project. You can create your own and connect them in lead captures, proposals, questionnaires. This is how you connect their answer to the field that you mapped, okay? But there are some map fields that you are going to enter the information in yourself. Okay, so let's see what that's like. So the client map fields, once they're entered, you're going to see them in this section here. So you can see that the referrer's name shows up over here. For you to enter the information for client map fields, you would scroll all the way down here and you would see all of them here. And this is where you would enter it. And for project map fields, they're all separate. So you would click here and you see the list and you punch in the information. So like I said, I use this personally for Google Drive folders that I create for my clients. So to share a Google Drive folder with a client, basically you're going to come here, click share. And I generally prefer to punch in the person's email address here, not notify them, and then copy the link. That's how I try to do it to keep it safer. Another way you can do it is click anyone with the link. Just make sure that they're editors, anyone that you add, because if they want to upload, they need to be able to edit. And you're going to click copy link. Now back in Dubsado, you're going to click custom map project fields. And in the project folder, you're going to enter that here, okay? So that's how you would enter a mapped field. The client enters it or you enter it. Now, how do you share it? So let's look at the different options. To share the mapped field with your clients, and you can do this in an email or in a form, is you can create a button to share the link to that Google Drive folder or any other link that you have, right? And this is so that you don't have that really long URL showing up inside of the email or the form. What you're going to do is type in the text that you want on the button. So in this case, it would be project folder. Then you're going to come here to Smart Fields, find the Smart field that you created, so project folder. You're going to select that, cut it, and now select the project folder, go to Formatting, Button, and you're going to insert that Smart field. You're going to paste it under URL, okay? Make sure there's no spaces. Click Open in a new tab, and this is important because if you don't, it's going to take them away from their questionnaire and open the folder, and they may lose everything that they've punched in if they haven't saved, right? So it's important that you click this, click Insert. And now you can change the font, center it however you want. This is the same in emails or in forms. Let's see how you can use Smart Fields in emails. So here, you can see that I reference that refer Smart Field. So basically, Smart Field, it's a client map field. It's at the very bottom. And so this way, when I send an email to someone, if they filled that field in, this will auto-populate. Let me show you what that looks like. So I'm going to send an email. I'm going to find that canned email that I showed you. So because this person had punched in the name Samantha in their form, this is auto-populating here. And let's look at forms. Now that I've added that questionnaire here, I can view it. And if I hover over this, I can see at the bottom, it's the Google Drive folder link. If I click this, it's opened that folder for me. So you add the link once, and then wherever you add this button in an email or a form, once you've punched that map field in, you've added the information to it, it will just keep referencing that same project link over and over. So this was it. This is how you use custom map fields inside of Dubsado. I hope that was helpful. And if you need help with your Dubsado setup, feel free to reach out and book a discovery call to learn more about how we can work together. I'll see you next time.